My gamer tag is lightflame22640, so when you see me on the field of battle,
light blazes, reflections on the steel. War cries ring out this nightly ordeal. Chains clanking full force, power strike. Vengeance
have to
in their
refresh.
eyes, knives ready to bite. Catapults flinging, fire in the sky. Armies clash, yo, swords the reply. Kings and queens in the thrones they observe. Brave hearts stand tall, edge they gotta curve. Fight night, warriors in, take a breath.
refresh stream.
Going wild.
At 420 unknown gamer 420, alright, good to know, I'll remember.
Alright, we're just gonna get started here, as I believe the server was getting reset so that they could get the maps. I actually don't know what maps they're playing tonight. Can someone please verify that there's no echo? What I hear is killing me, right? I'm gonna ignore it if you guys don't hear it.
Rank up, hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Hey, Rocco the 14th. Too stupid to read. Welcome in. We're about to have a match between a couple of the North American clans. Well, the Ship Cartel has taken on Vex and HKG. So welcome in. Give you a quick shout out here.
Hark. A streamer doth play chivalry too, 'tis true.
Thank you, I
Verily,
appreciate you.
their recent broadcasts doth show naught but this noble game. Forsooth, they art like Macbeth, consumed by their ambition to slay foes with sword and shield.
Alright, well, welcome.
Methinks they art a modern-day knight, streaming their valor for all to see.
Alright.
Twitch.tv/Rocco14. Happy affiliate anniversary.
I appreciate you for sure. Alright, let's see.
Enjoy, bro, have a good stream. I've been playing Chip for last 8 hours or something XD.
Alright, get some rest. Hopefully anyone still hanging out in your stream wants to watch some competitive team objective. If I can figure out the dang server. Alright. Are we in? Alright, I think we're in.
Hello, motherfucker.
Alright, here we go. Welcome in, Sauce Codes. Alright, so as the teams get set, we're going to see, Lion Spire, another classic. Sauce Codes, can you just confirm that there's no echo on the stream of my voice? Confirm there's no echo. Or anyone,
You good?
really. I'm good, okay, thank you. Ignore it. Alright, welcome in. Today, we'll start again since the server crashed. We have a heavyweight bout. In my world, heavyweight is anything over 25 v 25. We should have close to a 30 v 30 is my understanding. The Shiv Cartel, no strangers to large-scale battles. They probably one of the few clans that can muster this many members in a single battle. So Vex and HKG have formed a union to try to take down the cartel. They're sick of paying the cartel taxes for all the mead trade. You can see these barrels littering the battlefield. So as they begin to say hello, some a bit more friendly than others, some dancing, some smacking each other with weapons. We're gonna see if the HKG Vex team up is going to be able to handle the cartel on one of their most challenging maps, one of the most experienced maps, rather, maybe Lionspire. I think we've seen the cartel hold on defense. We've seen them win on offense, so work cut out for Vex and HKG, but from casting their last match, I can tell you Vex really seems to have a great attitude. They seem to want to learn the competitive game. They took a lot of time to kind of break down some of the game film, see how they can improve. So we're going to see if any of that pays off, if they watched any film of CK. Are they going to bring a new strat? Where are they going to try to win? We are about to find out. Get this music off and get us started here. On Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Showdown, maybe I can't say that, I might get sued. Saturday KNIJHT Live. But first, quick word from our friend, Bruce Buffett.
Somebody gon' get sued.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
It's time indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Get your snacks, get your beverages. Hope you have comfortable PJs on a Saturday night. We're getting snow tonight. I'm looking forward to a white, snowy Sunday morning. What is going on with the server, please? Please. Okay, did we survive? I think we survived.
No foreign invader
Feed the hamsters,
ever passed
please.
this point by sea under
Feed the
his
hamsters.
leadership. Now it is held
So
by
as we get
foreign
started,
force,
it
and
looks
today
as
we are
though
taking
we are
it
going to have
back.
CK playing defense. Don't know that they have 30 people yet. So we're gonna see here how many members do they actually have, and do we truly have a heavyweight bout?
This time we'll see them hit the kata with the other kata.
I believe we might see that.
I'm hoping V3X has a good showing. More competition the better.
Yeah, round one's underway. I agree with you. I hope that we have a good showing. JWP, a fan. I will say, no matter what happens, just the fact that they're out here, and you can see they brought quite a force. In fact,
At
I don't
J0
even know
Nick
if
Spencer seen them go off into last time I
has
fought
the
one
30.
of them.
They might only have 24. Maybe
I
this
leave
is
V3X.
super middleweight,
Like.
super middleweight bout. I don't know. We're gonna see if, as the match progresses, if we're gonna get more members. But to start, we can see Vex kicking things off, pushing both of the battering rams. As that first catapult starts to fall, this is gonna be a pretty good shot. I think it might have killed more had they not already been dead. So this one may take out some friendlies. Yep, Larser taking out Insane Jester, as the majority of the Vex force seems to be focused on pushing this left side battering ram. Now, I don't know if not a Cookie Man realized that as he was pushing the battering ram, he was about to get demolished from behind by CK. MJ, Holy Armor, Sun God, NJ, a lot of the CK heavy hitters now rallying on this left side battering ram as Larcer continues to rain down catapult shots. Unfortunately for CK, does take out the main defense force on that battering ram. So tactical error there by CK creates some space now for this left side front line of Vex HKG to push forward. Once again, you can see the Vex members with the hair. I think the master cut, blonde master cut, is the unification that brought a lot of these Vex teammates together. They all have lots of respect for the master's cut. They that blonde hair looks like they could be a part of Velvet's family. So perhaps Velvet is actually a long lost Vex. Who knows? Who knows? As they get struck down, though, eventually
United, and it feels so good.
CK does
Crazy
manage
might be
to
their best
stop
player from
this
what I've seen in
left side
pubs.
battering ram. You can see the right side has advanced almost to that intersection. So we're going to
Just
see
started.
now, with plenty of time on the clock, 6 minutes, what Vex decides to do. It looks as though they continue to want to control this left
At
side
WA7K_,
catapult.
yeah.
They're going to have to turn it around. Hey, UFO, welcome in. Yes, it just started. We had a little bit of server shenanigans we had to take care of, but we are live round one. This is Vex HKG on offense against CK. Looking like maybe they're still waiting for a couple more. So maybe not quite the heavyweight match that we thought it was going to be, but like I said, I'm willing to call it a super middleweight. Very, very close. You can see Vex now, Vex HKG have pivoted to see if they can take advantage of the positioning of this right side battering ram, but several of the CK defenders kind of follow the trail of Mason attackers and are able to push them back. I'm not sure, is this rear battering ram actually live? This could be a situation where the right side, I believe the right side has made it to the point where that is the only one that Vex HKG can advance. We'll see if anyone realizes that. Both teams fighting on the left one, but now you can see one of the HKG Vex members managing to push the battering ram a little bit closer. So I imagine this is going to be where most of the fighting will take place.
Happy affiliate anniversary.
Oh, I appreciate that, Corn Dog. Welcome in. Welcome into this match between CK and Vex HKG.
Welcome to Elio08.
Appreciate
Thank you for
that
following.
follow.
We will start watching and listening on all your electrical items you own also.
Zay, Jambo following up with some of those two-handed spears, looking like they're clearing out that space right in front of the left side battering ram. You can see 17 Zay mimicking that's jumps with jumps
Oh, no,
at
the
the same
Durig.
time, looking pretty good here. So now the attackers trying to push from the right side. It does pull some of the defense a little bit out of position. We're going to see, can Vex HKG send some people? Here they go. As the defenders rotate it out, we're going to see, can the attackers take advantage of CK being out of position? Nice catapult shot, taking out some of the defenders that were rotating back, but I think CK may have
Durig
pushed
is
a little bit
dangerous.
too far.
Nice.
And now created some room for Vex HKG to try and get this battering ram to the gate. So very close. You can see here comes the CK spawn wave from the left side from the attacker perspective. Oh, nice catapult. Unfortunately takes out defender and attacker, but the attackers still have numbers. Nice job by Vex AKG taking advantage of CK being out of position long enough
Took a
to
toll, but the
complete
numbers helped it.
objective. Very, very nice job. Took the toll, I agree. Sosco's another catapult expert in the game. Sometimes, you know, you gotta take
Someone
out,
got
you
kicked.
gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, as they say, right, Sosco? Having been one of those eggs cracked, I can tell you it's still not a good feeling, but if it gets the job done, we can't complain. Now we're gonna see now, look at the fortress of barriers that Vex HKG have set up. They know we're gonna see Larcer with the siege crossbow in one of those windows. There's somebody else on the ballista. Can they keep the catapult down long enough for it? Nope, it's looking like that defensive formation, or maybe CK only committing one person to the siege crossbow, but not enough to keep the catapult down. I think this last shot, even though we don't know, maybe there wasn't a rock. I thought maybe the rock wasn't visible. Okay, this should be it as the gates fall. So nice job by the attackers. Vex, HKG coming together to make it to the third phase. Now, the town square, as we've seen before, can be one of the most difficult objectives on this map for the attackers to take. So we're going to see, can they time their pushes and keep enough people alive on the objective to survive the CK reinforcement wave. So that will be the key as we follow the main push of Vex HKG on this left side. You can really tell who are the Vex members and who are the HKG members. I really like that. I can't say it enough. I love the coordinating of the look of the hairstyles. They must all go to the same barber. Now we can see that left side push crashing into the CK defense. Shroud, Shark, Shivering Cow, Zay, 17, all stepping just outside the boundary of the objective, meaning most of the fighting is taking place in the area that the defenders want. Nice fire pot after a big push by Vex. You can see they took care of that first line of defense and then pushed through, but instantly melted by that fire pot. Enough damage taken that the rest of the CK defense able to clear up that push. So we are still with 7.5 minutes left in a position where CK in firm control. Potentially the next 2 minutes should give them the advantage, as we've seen before, to the reinforcement waves. Right now, CK is still very aggressive on defense, really trying to control the line of scrimmage, not letting Vex push too far up. Now, some of the Vex attackers seem to be pooling here, maybe not sure exactly how to proceed. Some of them now trying to spill over into this area where I know potentially a lot of the Agathians could spawn. Doses and Soap, though, managed to sort of pick up this push. Very nice job. Here comes Jacob, though, who comes in with a nice flank maneuver. Takes out takes out all of the CK defenders. Nice job cleaning up as we move back in the town square. Vex HKG pushing into the critical ammo box, bandage box here. You can see the flag now, red and black, to signify Masons have control of the objective. Several of the CK defenders trying to create a new line. You can see they get swallowed by the attack, but it buys enough time for CK to push back into the zone. I do think they have controlled the objective. Nice counter push with about 5:50 left. We're getting very close to the 5-minute mark, though, where we're going to start to see the reinforcement wave positioning start to favor the offense. Nice job, though. Vex Pancakes, Vex Rex, a few others trying to clear out this position in front of the ammo box. Trying to secure some sort of foothold in the objective here. At this point, this is what you really need to see. The attackers may want to consider rotating back, trying to stay alive. Kills are important, but staying alive, avoiding deaths, just as important on these objectives where you need to maintain numerical supremacy on the point. Now, nice job by Vex HKG, once again securing this foothold here. You can see starting to take out those barriers that we know CK likes to use to provide a little extra protection.
There they go.
To the ammo box. Can they hold now as they push past the ammo crate with just under 5? You can see now the CK spawn waves have switched to the bridge sides, quite a bit of distance. How much can CK thin out the attacking force? Can they buy some time for the next push? Here comes the next push, though. Mason's still in control, though. CK gonna have to very quickly clear out some defenders. With a few seconds left, not enough. Very nice job by the attackers. This was a huge hurdle for Vex HKG. I think at this point, it should be pretty smooth sailing until the trebuchets. I know you can't count any point for granted, but I think if they were able to take the town square. Oh my God. Okay, well that could have something to do. Interesting. Okay, well, you know.
Oh my. They did great at regrouping.
Okay, so we're gonna see CK liking the challenge. I think this might be a little insurmountable, but you know, props to Vex AKG for really mustering. Look how many people have. That's amazing. So CK playing with several players down are gonna have their work cut out for them as they try to create some sort of choke point between the ladder cart and the gallows. So Sauce Codes knew something was up, said show the scoreboard. And we have a little bit of an explanation for perhaps why it was so difficult. So I think, you know, the numbers can be surmountable, you know, in some cases, but not on those objectives that really count on numbers in the zone of the objective for success, right? So we're going to see CK, though, still, despite being undermanned, still continuing to be very aggressive, pushing that line of scrimmage back now down to the base of the bridge. So really doing a good job. We're going to take a look at the kills, even though the defenders are down. You can see they have about 100 kill advantage. So this might actually be somewhat
I assume
even.
they agreed to the player imbalance based on what I saw from the game chat.
Yeah, I assume they did too. I wasn't really paying attention. Based on what they saw, okay, good. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Like I said, this is a newer clan, so they're still working out, you know, their strats and getting some experience for their members. So kudos for CK for doing as well as they are against the superior number. So eventually the dam does burst. There goes the choke point as Vex
everywhere I see.
does
It's a blonde bowl cut hairstyle.
into the area. As you can see, the ladder's starting to go up. First one goes up on the right. Next one goes up on the left. Two more to be had as the defense starts to decide how they're going to defend. You can see CK opting. Oh, wow. I thought an engineer was going to sneak by there, but nice job by Soap. Insane Nildane, I think, got the kill there. So now CK realizing that the area here in front of the keep is lost, consolidating their forces to the banners. Here comes Batman. Batman trying to clear space for Wet Twinkie, although both go down to the meat grinder that is the CK defense. Here comes Expired Meds trying to come up the middle. CK doing a good job instantly attacking any of the attackers that are coming up the ladders. Once again, Argon the second from HKG trying to damage the banner. Does buy some space for Pavo X to get through. That two-headed spear did a little bit of damage to that banner. But CK doing a good job immediately striking down the Masons as soon as they see them. None of the banners have fallen, although I do believe that left side banner has taken significant damage. I think he got 2 or 3 shots. So here comes the horde that is Vex HKG pushing through. Nice fire pot by the defenders. They are holding the line in this broken out tower. I don't know what you call this. I gotta learn my castle architecture terms. But CK doing a good job keeping the fight in this courtyard area. You can see the dead bodies from both teams littering the field here. We do have one banner has been knocked down. I don't know who did it. You see the blue kills, but nice job by Vex HKG getting one down. Lord GB trying to do damage to that middle banner, but gets knocked off the area here. Uh-oh, we have a engineer trying to slip through. HKG missed arrow with that Golden Dag, trying to get a shot, but keeps getting knocked off. Not him, but the attackers keep getting knocked off as they get close to the banner. With 3 minutes left, they're going to have to really try to... Oh, wow, nice job. I think that was Mistero able to come back up with that Golden Dag, do damage to that middle banner. So one banner left. CK now patrolling the area, making sure no one's sneaking up on that backside staircase. You can see the barriers doing their job, stopping Undead Dirge. He's forced to attack the barrier, gives CK Shark a minute to pick up, although here comes another push by what looks like a couple of Vex and a couple of HKG as they're able to secure the final banner. Nice job by CK, kind of holding out. But now we're going to see, as we get to the trebuchets, every second is precious. We're going to see how long can CK hold this front side trebuchet. That will go a long way to determining if they can secure this victory. Look at the red wave of the attackers. HKG Vex pushing on this left side. They are going to make sure that this is destroyed. Some of them doing a little bit of a victory dance, at least for this phase. Now we see the Horde starting to rotate over towards the other trebuchet. So Smoke U, Warpath, several of the Vex members attacking with that first wave instantly fall to some of these fire pots. CK really doing a great job using these fire pots to control some of the areas that Vex and HKG are using to attack. As the first trebuchet goes down, we're going to see the defenders start to consolidate. Vex, HKG doing a great job attacking on both staircases. I think this makes the defenders have to sort of defend in the 360 degrees rather than just one side here. So you can see this eventually tends to thin out the defense, but CK doing a good job staying together. Able to pick up that backside push. The front side, as they rotate to protect the front side defenders. Nice job by CK to continue to deny access to the objective of this front side trebuchet. Sheet 17, Jambo, several CK members rotating in. You get Banner doing a nice job keeping the defenders healed. 17 deciding to use one of his bandages as the next wave of attackers come. Another fire pod, they decide to slow up. He says, hold this position. Says, who is that, Billy? Billy telling people, hold off, don't burn yourself. All right, I like the emotes. Hold this spot. All right, some of the attackers don't listen. Oh, even Billy can't take his own advice. Just can't wait, decides to push, does take fire, so I thought he was gonna use the patience of the emote hold ground. But just in the end, he saw his teammates pushing, he had a little bit of FOMO. So 2 minutes taken off the clock. This is a good defense by CK. Vex now pushing with HKG. Kingsley trying to control the area in front of the trebuchet. Nice defense by Jambo trying to deny the area, but Nestero once again trying to play the objective, taken out by Dada. Nice job. I think he's using that poleaxe. Able to take a couple more seconds off of the clock. Although Vex and the HKG attackers have controlled this objective now. Set the explosive. I don't know if they see Sheets with the good knock trying to sneak in. Can he get the cheeky defuse? Sheets trying to now distract some of the defenders. Maybe someone else can sneak in. Shark, a few others trying to get the defuse, although I don't think it was enough. I believe this is going to be destroyed here as we have Argon the second fighting for the other team for some reason. Even though I thought he was like happy. But Argon undercover for the Masons. Maybe this is undercover boss situation. He wants to see how the rest of the Agathian defenders do. So 2:34, not a lot of time for the attackers. CK doing exactly what they wanted to do, taking about 3 minutes off the clock. They will get another 30 seconds if they're able to plant one of these. We're going to see, I believe, they might be doing the same tactic to secure the left side first. Yes, so HKG Vex, you can see they are now ensuring that this side is secure. And they are going to start to move through the banquet hall to the back side of this point. So really going to need to make this push count, I think, if they want to control. They're going to get an extra 30 seconds here. Although dropping into that meat grinder may not be the best strategy. I think maybe some of those attackers thought they had more backup than they actually did. So with 2 minutes, 8 seconds left, one more trebuchet. The attackers are going to have to light the fuse, I think, at about the 30-second mark or earlier. So only about 190 seconds left for the attackers. Can they rally? Here come the barriers denying the front side staircase. You can see several CK defenders now defending on the backside staircase. So nice strategy by CK, always using the barriers. You can see engineers ready to place more. The attackers forced to use some stamina though, although I think some of the engineers doing work to take out those barriers. Here comes the push though with about a minute 20 left. They're going to have to divide and conquer here. CK, though, doing a good job staying alive as some of their defenders rotate back to heal. More fire pots continue to thin out the ranks of the attackers. Nice pickup by CK. So I think Vex is going to have probably one more push here as they start to gather in the area in front of the objective. Several of the attackers trying to control some space. Here they come plunging into the meat grinder once again. These engineers doing a good job trying to push the objective, although I think they are ahead of the main force. I think the engineers may want to consider the feature hanging back a little bit and maybe pushing behind the front line. Here is X-Forest and a few others trying to get through. Tries to plant, gets struck down by the handful of CK defenders that are left. 23 seconds, I don't think it's going to be enough time. Sheets with that halberd, using that stab to keep the attackers from planting. So nice push by Vex HKG on that last point though. I think it was not enough, as you can see. I think they needed to maybe push a little bit more together, maybe have some people focus specifically on doing the objective and maybe the rest focusing on defending. But nice job, very nice work by CK, fighting down about 6 people, but doing a good job putting up a good fight. So good round. We are going to see, I believe the teams are going to switch sides. So CK continuing to fight down. We're going to see if more of their members able to join the fight. But pretty good. Are you guys attacking first? Wait, did we? Oh yeah, we already had two. We already had 2. All right, so round 3. We're going to see who is attacking first on Roadhelm.
The Siege of Rudhelm.
Damn, that was close.
Yeah, good try indeed. It was very close. Damn, that's crazy. Welcome in. Oh, no, that was TV streams. That one guy Fox. Sorry. It was very close. Oh, oops. All right, so here
No
we
Lions
go.
Pier.
We are going to have why am I not there? So I think now CK once again attacking first. See the scoreboard there. Quite a few Vex members. They are really have grown. HKG as well. So we're gonna see now with the numbers difference, is this catapult gonna be an equalizer in round 3 here?
Yes.
Yeah, am I tripping? Did they play it once or twice? Did they play it twice? Dude.
One map.
Yeah, am I tripping? Alright, well.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too, but it's okay. So yeah, we're just going to Rune Helm. We're just going to go with it. We're just going with it. So, here we go. So HKG Vex doing a nice job bringing the fight to the catapult. Won't be able to be very effective this close.
17
although...
stream says CK 1-0.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess just once.
So I guess okay. So we're not crazy because I could have sworn we were gonna flip it up, but maybe what they did was they had the server. You know what? Maybe because they pulled it. All right. So. CK really kind of focusing their push on this left side. I don't even really see the right side moving. I think maybe there's 1 or 2 defenders holding it still. So I think this might be the smart move as they need to, even splitting their forces up 50-50 is not going to. This means they're going to be short. So I like this strategy by CK. To sort of group up. It's sort of interesting. They're fighting off to the side, which I think is sort of keeping the defenders off the objective long enough for some of these backside attackers to keep the siege tower moving. So nice job by CK to kind of deciding where the fight is going to take place in a way that keeps the objective moving at least a little bit. You can see those wheels turning slowly. Vex HKG though now collapsing onto the siege tower, maybe realizing they needed to get more people on the objective to stop it from moving. Vex the Titan, not a cookie man, a few others eventually do take out. Oh no, it's this person. Nipple. Nipple down. Nipple down. I mean, did you all think you were going to see a nipple on this stream? I don't think I did. So Vex continuing, HKG continuing to send defensive reinforcements to this left side from the attack perspective. Siege tower.
This hamlet shall not fall.
Oh, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate you, Chaos. To give a quick shout out to our man Chaos. Whoops.
Hard. Kaz_Rs,
oh, no.
a streamer of yore, doth claim to leave the realm of Twitch, though not in shame. Forsooth, in 26, they may return, but until then, their absence we shall mourn. In Fortnite's realm, they once did strain supreme, yet now, like Hamlet, ponder they their dream. Twitch.tv/Kaz_Rs.
Alright, Chaos.
At Chaos421.
Oh, man.
I'm here in the shadows.
Zamboni, you know what to do. Zamboni, you know what to do. So nice push by CK on this left side.
Zamboni always got work to do, lol.
Do you know what that is? So Vex HKG really doubling down on this siege tower with 450 left.
I smell a good cat shot. Who won first game?
CK won the first game, and they only played one round of Line Spy. We were just trying to figure that out. So CK winning it on the Trebuchet stage, playing defense. And now round 2 is on Ragon. So despite several defenders, you can see some of them fighting off to the side again, which I think is not close enough to the objective, which now allows CK to secure this left side siege tower all the way to the wall as they start pouring on to the ramparts. We're going to see how many defenders can Vex HKG muster and maintain in the gatehouse. You see they have a nice line set up here to try to keep the attackers from entering the zone.
What's score, Bell?
It's 1-0 CK, and they only played one round of Line Spy. But I can say it was a very good battle because I think I've adjusted the numbers on each side. You can see there's quite a few
close, though.
Vex HKG, but it's actually led to a pretty even battle, so it's been pretty good so far. So CK Jambo trying to push several of the Vex HKG members. Continue to really reinforce the side. I think it's actually a really good job. CK not able to break through the defensive line as these barriers start to go up on this side here. NJ trying to thin out some of the defenders, able to take out both of those walls, but nice job by the Vex HKG engineers to get them stood up. Although it's short-lived as there's not any fighting happening in front of those walls, leaving them exposed. Nice battle here by Sync Crow, battling Jambo and then some of the other CK members. Oh, gets taken out by 17 on the way down. Nice kill. CK now pouring into the objective, I believe. Yep, you can see the flags, blue and white of Agatha. Nice barriers on this second floor, though. Is this going to buy enough time for Vex HKG to get people on in the objective area and turn these flags? You can see fighting right now in both gatehouses as CK trying to control the second floor and some of these healing ammo stations, these crates. So nice job by Soap, Nildane thinning out the Vex defenders. They're able to finally take out the attackers on this gatehouse, leaving this other gatehouse still in CK control. I think, though, the Masons have controlled the objective.
I'm here in the shadows.
Hello, motherfucker.
Wow. So here we go. Connection lost. Are we able to make it through? Yes. He does. He does. So CK, I think, trying to reestablish control here. It does not look like they have quite enough numbers as their beachhead is only on this right side gatehouse. Vex HKG continues to do a good job getting people on the second floor of each gatehouse. Continues to control the numbers. Here comes another wave of CK, though, as the fight is a little pitched on this left side here. Vex managing to get more defenders on the objective, though. Sun God trying to create some space here for his team to get on the objective right now in a 1v1 duel with Billy. I don't know where, is he like Millie and Vanilli.
Is that the one?
Vanilli. Here come Warpath and Pancakes managing to clear out. No, Sun God's still alive. So, CK doing a good job keeping people on the objective, but this may be where that 6-player advantage from Vex HKG becomes a little insurmountable. Plenty of time left, but CK going to have to clear out a large wave of these defenders. Now, just as I speak, it looks as though the zone is temporarily under Agathian control, blue and white, as they try to thin out the ranks. Nice job. Cryptid anomaly. You can see several in the kill feeds, the names on the blue side here in terms of the killers. Crazy trying to hold out here as he takes out a couple of attackers. But I think CK now, maintains control of the critical gatehouse long enough to control. Is that the same Pancakes, right? I mean, if it is, that's very good. So nice job by CK on that push. They really needed to clear out some of the defenders long enough to secure the objective, and they did. Now we are on to the tents, which usually is a throwaway placeholder objective. Although Vex really being aggressive, we're going to see do they continue to try and take advantage of these players to cover more ground on defense. But right now, the main push by CK on the left side, trying to create some space maybe for some of these torch carriers to get some points scored. Yep, nice shot. Whoop, actually, no. So if you get killed while you're torch in the air, I hope you realize it does not score if it hits. So nice job by Vex HKG to temporarily defend that side. You can see though, as the bar continues to move, the left side tents completely destroyed by the attackers. So while we are watching an excellent defense on that left side, where the gap was on the right side, now CK pushing into the zone. Most of the tents burnt except for those left side. We're going to start to see torchbearers coming from both sides. Yep, as we see, left side now is burned, and we are on to the next phase. As we follow the attack as it starts to push on the right side. Seriously, I assume it's the same Pancakes. Are Spicy Pancakes and Sir Pancakes the same person? I mean, people do love pancakes. So CK making a lot of progress on this right side. I think this tends to be an area where you don't have to deal with the ballista. You can see they are trying to use the ballista to some advantage as they've managed to stop that siege ramp. It's primarily because the main force of CK has pushed this right side. So as they heal up, Vex HKG now sending a reinforcement wave to stop this ramp. The thing that's good for the defense when the ramps are this far apart, though, is if the defense is able to stop this push, the reinforcement wave, I believe, starts as far back as the farthest back cart, if that makes sense. So, since this cart is so far ahead of the other one, I think the respawns will happen farther back. But as of right now, CK in firm control of this right side ramp here, as they have about 6 members, 3 kind of controlling the area in front of it, 2 on the ramp. As they rotate down, you can see now they are continuing to push this right side, trying to buy some time. Yep, here comes the next reinforcement wave. I don't even see the other ramp, but it doesn't matter. CK continuing to push this side. But now, as you can see, the Vex HKG defenders fully committed to stopping this push here. If they can stop this push, it may buy some time for them to recover as the other side ramp has to catch up. I don't see it yet, but I'm not really sure how far back it is. Alright, so this could be the push now that Vex HKG wanted. As they clear out the push, we're going to see now, do the respawn waves indeed happen sort of far back? So that one's there, so I'm wondering where... Alright, yeah, so here we go. I guess because this one's here, you can see they spawned back kind of even with this ramp here. Also, CK moving this close enough to the other ramp that they don't have to worry about that sort of uneven spawn wave. And you can see now with 6 minutes, CK in pretty good position as the ramps are going to get to probably their closest point here in just a couple of minutes. These you can see, I guess there's no weapon limits here, or maybe we just happen to be following the 3 two-handed spears. But really, you can see a lot of people taking advantage of these long two-handed weapons. I see several war axes, two-handed spears. So CK really using that long range. I don't think I see a single one-handed weapon. Oh, well, there's one. CK Soap rocking the Guardian class like a true hero. So CK now in firm control of this left side ramp. Here come the Vex HKG defensive wave. The blonde Bambinos coming through, trying to stop the right side ramp. It does look as though they've managed to do it, although, who is that? Balrog able to kind of flank behind that front line there. Some of his teammates try to help them, but damage is done. You can see that creates a numbers advantage for the attackers, who now have secured the siege ramp on the left side. So we are now on to the gallows. This could be the real advantage for HKG Vex. If they're able to keep people on the objective, they're going to have to really focus on staying alive. Take advantage now down to about 4 players, not quite as big an advantage as some CK reinforcements have arrived. So 4 players, still an advantage, but perhaps not as significant as those extra 2 players. This is going to be a critical push here as CK pushes into the objective. The fight occurring right on the boundary line of that raised circle. Nice fire pots by the defense, understanding how effective it was against them on the trebuchet phase and several other parts of the line fire phase. So understanding that they can do that to sort of create some space for their defenders, although CK doing a good job not getting too many people caught in that firepot wave. Now starting to take control of the gallows. You see those engineers doing their best to keep the attackers at bay with their barriers, trying to control the gallows, as that is the center of the objective and tends to represent which team is in control. Right now, it looks like the attackers, CK with their blue and white flag waving over the gallows, are in control. Vex HKG trying to get more people on the gallows to try to push back the main force, although it looks as CK might still have the numbers advantage. We're going to see if this wave, no, Vex HKG might have had a couple people off of the zone there, maybe conceding this point, and we're going to see who is playing the air. Might be Pancakes. So we wanted to know if it is the Pancake. And I think it might be. So Pancakes has the honor of being the air. Already, though, we have one attacker. Who is that? Shroud, not the famous one. pushes through, makes the air think a little bit, but no, not really a true danger here as we see what kind of defense is Vex HG going to mount. You see a couple of barriers here on the stairwell, not totally blocking access, still allowing a lane for their defenders to rotate out, but the attackers will be able to get through. Let's see who's able to control that as CK's front line decides to push this area above the stairs, now causing a threat to the air as he starts to get surrounded. Coco, some of the other CK members, Shivering Cow, trying to put pressure on the air. He's able to survive, able to avoid the fire pot temporarily, although he did step into it. Takes a little bit of damage. Balrog trying to sneak through. He's been running these flank maneuvers. You can see more fire falling on the air. Plenty of banners to heal him up, but that fire pot push, he's going to have to get back in the zone here. I think he's probably out of the zone as he falls to the fire. CK just too much with that coordinated push of fire pots, able to take out the air. Nice job by CK. 2-0 CK. We're going to see if they play a third match. All right, so we might be playing one more round. I believe. So CK doing a great job with their pushes. I think what we really saw is, despite the numbers advantage, if you can really get a group pushing at the right time together, you can overcome the player player count advantage of the other team. And really, I think it was about sustainability in the zone. I thought we saw good pushes by both teams, but CK really doing a good job sort of keeping their players alive. We've seen them do some of the rotation strategy, but we're going to see now as CK plays defense. We're going to see how many are left here as the team starts to sort themselves out. This is nice to be one team. But Vex, HKG going to get a chance here to see if they can't take out the air on offense. CK doing a good job trying to keep people fighting, but you can see Vex and HKG comfortable with just keeping numbers on the upper floor of the siege tower. We're going to see, can anyone secure the catapult? It looks as though DCDSY is in control. I don't know if he realizes how many of the Vex defenders are in that siege tower, but does not seem to be too concerned, instead focusing on shooting the catapult at the spawn waves, although with the catapult this is going to create enough space now for the attackers to now control the catapult and the left side siege tower. We'll follow Smoke View here as he respawns in and is pushing the right side. Vex seems to now be in control of both siege towers. See the CK defenders trying to thin out the numbers on each siege tower. But with this sort of group able to sort of sit up there untouched, I think that is allowing the siege tower to continue to move. You can see those wheels turning ever so slowly as a group of attackers focus on thinning out the defensive ranks, as the rest seem very comfortable to ride and enjoy the sights from that second story. As we shift over to the left side siege tower, you can see Crazy taking out that defensive spawn wave, at least a couple of those on the left side. NJ and so clearing out the final attacker on that left side siege tower. We're going to pivot over here to the right as a large reinforcement wave of Vex HKG now pushing to the right side, able to control the numbers as a big wave of CK defenders collapses on that attacker. You can see though HKG Vex doing a good job keeping people in the objective, so it's causing CK to have to split their forces. Nice fire pot there by the attackers. 3-on-1, Billy, Rex, and King V is going against Dada, who has to sort of back off and kind of restarts his attack with Alaric, Nildane, and a few others. This is going to be a little bit more difficult for these three to hold off as a large force of CK now coming up the ramp here of the siege tower. Nice 3-on-4 battle. One CK falls, one attacker falls. Eventually CK able to turn that 3v2. Uh-oh. Alright, 3v2 to the advantage of the defense. We're going to now pivot over here, though, to the left. See Vex HKG doing a good job rotating their spawn waves to take control of the siege tower. CK forced to rotate. Someone feed the hamster, man. Feed the hamster, man. He's getting tired. There we go. Nice job, nice job. Alright, so as that objective fails, Vex HKG taking advantage of the rotating spawns to get the left side siege tower to the gatehouse. This will be a challenge, though. They're going to have to really get enough people into the area and survive long enough to use that numbers advantage. Alright, so quite a few. 7. CK wanting more of a challenge as they continue to use the fire pots very, very well. You see the attackers are a little confused. They look like they want to wait, but then many of them decide that if waiting is not going to be any better and push through. You can see several of them burnt and crispy, but a group of 3 managing to make it past the defense as they enter the second floor of the gatehouse. Shivering Cow trying to mount a defense, just too many attackers though. And now it looks as though Vex HKG might have control of the right side gatehouse. We're going to rotate over here as we see, I think that was Cameron. Alright, so Vex HKG now in control of the second floor. A pocket of CK resistance here now on the first floor, trying to rotate up. On the second floor here, you can see several pitched battles here, 1v2. The numbers advantage continuing to go in the Agathians' favor. Nice duel here between Expired Meds and Alaric. Both seem... Oh, nice job. Alaric, no stranger to the archery class. Able to take out Archer with just a sliver of health left. But HKG Vex able to control the gatehouse long enough that they are now moving on to the next objective. Look at all of the... What the hell just killed that guy? It looked like the catapult killed him. So already several of the attackers have these torches already burning the right side tents and that caravan on, or that cart on the right side. We're going to see the attackers now pivot to the left. Overkill of torches on the large tents. Oh, almost a... okay, now I think that should do it. So, short work of the tents by Vex HKG. We are now going to move on. We're going to see what kind of defense can CK mount. They're going to have to decide whether they split their forces or focus on rotating between each siege ramp. As the attackers start to deploy on this objective, you can see a nice bubble of space created by the attackers as they control this line of scrimmage here on the center of the tents allowing the siege ramp to sort of pass the primary defense force. We're going to see, though, if do enough of the defenders. Yeah, it looks like some of them are able to mount the flank as they collapse on the main push. But good job by HKG Vex to keep enough attackers together and alive to keep this right side ramp moving. 17 trying to slow down Mr. O, but not able to do it and stay alive as RJ goes up against Cameron and Dada. You can see several of the CK defenders coming in again with those two-handed weapons, able to really divide and conquer these attacking forces. So you can see several of the battles very quickly becoming 3v1, 2v1. So this is something CK does very well, which is in these group fights, they isolate opponents and are able to make quick work of them. So maybe the big equalizer are these numbers, but really that seems to be the difference. It's these attackers are getting thinned out by CK defenders when they are sort of caught in these smaller pockets. So when they have that larger death ball, they seem to win maybe more fights, but you can see as the attack starts to get thinned out here and broken into these smaller pockets, CK doing a very good job of focus firing and taking out these people before they can heal. You can see Rat Pack, the latest victim here, as CK now tries to heal up after that push. Here comes the next wave of attackers. Only about 7 attackers here on the left side. That means the majority of the force is probably on this other side. We're going to see if we can't catch up to the other cart here as it's moved on to the final sort of approach here before we get to the keep where the air is going to be waiting. So nice job, some pickles. CK now able to get a group of defenders to rotate back. They're going to try and slow up the ramp. You can see now not enough attackers on the objective. They've fallen back here as they trying to buy some space, maybe a little bit of time. What that does, though, is it creates an opening for this next wave of attackers, although enough CK defenders are there to really pick it up. So good job by both teams trying to take advantage of the positioning of the other team. But CK, once again, doing a good job in these sort of team fights where the numbers are similar. Nice jab there by some pickles before he's struck down by some of the other CK defenders. This battle, though, has absorbed enough of the defenders' time here for the attackers to push this left side siege ramp. So now both ramps are very close. Nice fire pot once again by the defense to slow up the main push of Vex HKG. So good rotation to slow up the push. We're going to see now as the next reinforcement wave for Vex HKG does approach this left side. I have a sense we're going to see a larger reinforcement wave here on the right as some of them join the fight in the middle, and then about 10 continue to rotate the right here. So Vex HKG, okay, was sort of splitting their forces. I don't know if they see Lies trying to.
Welcome to LEO08. Thank you for following. We will start watching and listening on all your electrical items you own also.
Happy affiliate anniversary.
Appreciate Oxy dude. What's up? How are you? Welcome.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is where that numbers advantage might be a little bit too much for CK to overcome, as they are now about 7 players below. They continue, though, to fight hard and seem to really like this challenge.
Match of break is
as
DED.
the number of kills is just within about 70 or 80. I know, Oxy, it is, man. It's just depressing. It's just, some of the changes they made are really bad.
At least in US and EU.
Yeah. I agree, friend. So here we go. Here comes a big push on this left side by Vex HKG. Continuing
I still get matches in APAC.
Yeah, I think Asia is still very popular. For me, I can't get really any matches, except for maybe at night. And even then, like, I did one match where I got in, the next queue was 42 minutes. Estimated queue time, like, what? So I don't know if it has to do with your rank as well. Maybe they'll get it together when they release it to PlayStation. But for now, we will focus on this epic battle between Vex HKG and CK as Vex HKG does pour into the courtyard. CK now maybe focusing on buying as much time as possible. Ouch, nice shot by Vexrex taking out Balrog with the Ballista. Now the Vex HKG force pushing into the zone, able to take over the Gallows. So I think this is going to be another example where that 7-player advantage is just a little bit too insurmountable. Although, it's not over yet. But you can see that flag alternating blue and white, red and black, back to blue and white. Courtyard bar slowly ticking away here. HKG, Vex doing a nice job controlling the Gallows. Some of the CK defenders now bringing some of their efforts here to the stage to try to retain control of the objective, but it's not enough. We're going to see now here, NJ or Sun God will be the heir. With about an 8-player advantage, we're going to see what kind of defense can they mount. So Vex HKG can smell the blood in the water. They want to usurp this heir. His taxes are too high. Too many tariffs. They're the greatest tariffs in all of Agatha. Oh, wait. What are we? What is the Mason? Alright, so Sun God will be the heir. Right now, positioned against this pillar here with the banner, making sure that no projectiles can hit it. As the CK force rallies behind these barriers, you can see Vex HKG trying to push right up this top balcony area here, not really focused on the steps. CK, though, doing a good job keeping enough bodies to absorb the push by the attackers. We're going to see here what kind of push can they mount on the staircase. MJ, Holy Armor, Shivering Cow, Coco, several of the CK defenders doing a nice job, though. You can see as they strike down the attackers, some of them rotating back, getting more barriers, more bandages. Several flaming arrows now, as you can see. Archers now, you can see interesting strategy. Pavox and expired meds. Really using this brazier to do a lot of damage to some of the CK defenders, but not able to see the heir as he continues to hide here. Now focused on the staircase. We have about 4 attackers who push up against the heir. Sun God doing a good job standing his ground. Does get burned a little bit by that fire pot. His pocket, though, is now starting to collapse as he's stuck between several attackers. Fire pot. I think 7-player, 8 players might be a little too much. Good job, though, by CK, by Vex, and HKG for putting on the show. I think what we really want to see is continued development by Vex HKG. Get more strats, continue to get some heavy hitters like Pancakes and a few others. To continue to bolster their ranks and kind of spread some of their knowledge to the more junior team members. But really happy to see These teams put on a show. Maybe didn't quite. Oh, are we going to finish the 4th round? Maybe we're going to do a 4th round. Although I hope CK can get a couple more people. Were they gonna attack? I'm not sure if they're doing the 4th round or if they're calling it.
The fall of Lion Spire.
Oh, okay. So I guess they're gonna do that other round. So we are right. So right now CK up 3-0.
It's
It looks like we are going to do the last map. I guess maybe there was something with the rotation here. All right, last chance to get your snacks, to get your drinks. Go use the bathroom. That's what you gotta do. Smoke them if you got them. Round 4 underway as we follow the CK attack. Coco, MJ Holy Armor, a couple other CK members pushing this left side in front of the battering ram. We have yet to see the catapult in action, but it looks as though instead of falling back, Vex HKG taking the fight to CK. Although it looks as though the attackers have won that initial battle. You can see the defensive reinforcements now rallying around that left side catapult. We're going to see what happens here as the right side catapult is being rebuilt by DCDSY. I think we're going to see now if, I don't think Vex HKG has noticed. So can they get some people on to this catapult before he fires the shot? I don't think they are. There goes the shot. We're going to see what kind of damage this does. Takes out the other catapult. Oh, wow. So what a critical error by HKG. Vex from not seeing that. I think that might have cost them control of that catapult as CK falls. I'm sorry, as CK falls on that left side. And now we're gonna see no, it does not look as though Vex HKG can do much with this catapult, instead opting to destroy it. So critical play by DCDSY to take out that catapult from the other side. They're gonna have to look at the film, maybe learn from that, maybe prevent access to that, or start launching from that right side to keep that left side catapult down. So we see now as the left side battering ram gets closer to the crossroads here. I do think this is going to be the one as that right side battering ram, not even a focus of CK. Here comes Shivering Cow, pushing up the right side of the objective, trying to get a little bit of space, though. He was only he was the only man on the push there, though, so he struck down, and HKG Vex once again in control of the battering ram. Here comes the catapult, though, as DC once again rotates to the other catapult. Does big damage to the left side of that defense. Now taking a shot at that spawn wave, pushing it from the right side. But honestly, that catapult shot did so much damage, it created so much space that CK able to take the battering ram all the way to the point. It does look as though there's some archers, although I don't see siege crossbows. I do see, that should be one. It does look as though there's one siege crossbow, yeah, taking out the catapult, although CK maybe opting to control the area. Yeah, they're saying, you know what, we don't even need the catapult, as Soap gets a shot on the battering ram, eventually falls to a combination of fire and arrows to the brain. You're not going to do much when you get an arrow in the ear, but you know, does get a little bit of damage done to the gate. Here comes another shot, catapult. I didn't see any damage. I think maybe it damaged the gate, though, as the door to, the gates by about 50%. CK now once again controlling the battering ram. Cameron, Dada, Shivering Cow get it. I don't know if they actually did get damage to that barrier. Here comes another shot from the catapult. I don't know if it hit the door. I didn't see the bar move. So that one does land. So good job by CK kind of changing where the focal point of their attack is, either from the catapult or controlling the actual battering ram. The catapult was taken out for a second here, but I think this is going to be enough time to do damage to the door. I think one more shot at... Oh, it's weird. It didn't do any actual damage. That's strange. But are you guys seeing this? So I think those shots are a little bit short because I'm seeing landing, but I'm not seeing any damage being done at the gate. I don't know if that's on purpose. All right, there we go. There we go. That shot was on point. So nice job by CK as they make it to the next phase. I think that was a little bit of a gratuitous shot by Lies, taking out NJ. Maybe one more shot, padding the stats a little bit. Mine backfired. But CK now pours in to the main market area here of the keep as they head towards the town square. We're going to follow the main push of CK, looking like they're going to go right up the middle. We've seen them do this before. I think we saw Vex HKG push the left, but I think we see a lot of pushes right up the middle by CK. They like to use this front side as a way to sort of secure space on the objective. You can see some of them rotating here now behind the lion.
Let's go CK.
To spread the focal point of their attack between the middle and left. CK fans in the chat excited. CK now continues to fight down. Look down about 6 players. 23,
welcome to LEOing. Thank you for following. We will start watching and listening on all your electrical items you own also.
So CK now brings the front line to the barriers of Vex HKG, trying to control the critical reinforcement crate, the health crate, the ammo crate. Peasant trying to do his job, gets struck down. Might not be the area for the NPCs, but I commend him for trying. Vex CK continues to throw bodies on the point with 7 minutes. I think what we saw is CK, when they were playing defense, was able to take about 2 to 3 minutes off of this point. So we're going to see, I think, with the advantage of the defensive spawn here for the next couple of minutes. Nice barriers here by the engineers, opting for a spread out Swiss cheese type pattern. I think we've seen Equilibrium do things similar to this, where you see CK using a lot of double reinforced and tight barriers. Here we have another example of a different strategy where there's plenty of lanes here for the attackers and defenders to pass through. So defenders can actually use these gaps to fight for the great fight on the barriers, but also can rotate back when needed. So nice job. Yeah, beautiful walls. You can see the commitment to the engineering. Really outstanding. I think normally, you know, in pubs you can have more than 4. I think technically speaking you can have more than 4
make Maverick pay for it.
I don't see that many
Engineers
walls.
making the Great Wall of Agatha.
They're still within that 4. So nice job. It does buy some time. You can see it buys a little bit of space here for this reinforcement wave by Vex HKG to pour back into the zone. Right now, Mason's in control of the objective, though. They're going to see, oh, nice fire pot, taking out several of those defenders. This might be a difference maker in the fight here, as that did take up a large portion of that defensive wave. Here comes the next reinforcement wave. They really are going to have to push through, thin out some of these these attackers if they want to control the zone here. Here they come. So you can see on the kill feed, several red kills. There are some blue kills there, but now the kills kind of going back and forth. may not be enough here to thin out the ranks of the attacker. So CK
gotta control the supply
able to
box.
take advantage. Yeah, so I think one of the big things that HKG Vex may want to work on is maybe staying alive on these objectives. You know, you don't always have to be attacking, especially if you've taken some significant damage. It's probably worth healing up and falling back to an area in the zone where you're in control to maybe get some heals. But easier said than done here now as we see the barriers now in full effect. As we're onto the bridge here, the first barrier wave does temporarily slow CK down, but not for long, as they are now pushing through to the choke point between the ladder cart and the gallows. Nice barriers by the defense. As you can see, they're trying to defend against this strategy that we've seen some of the competitive teams employ, where they use the spike trap to gain access to the gallows and essentially take away the advantage that it provides by spreading out the defenders. Nice push by the attacker, who is the NJ, but unable to actually kill any of these defenders. We're able to get back, reinforce the gallows, take out that spike trap, and are holding on here in the middle. So nice job by Vex HKG to bend but not break so far. But here comes the next wave of attackers. They're able to get that spike trap back on position here, as they are now have about 3 attackers, 17. Few others. Nildane pushing up on the gallows. 17 taken out. Nildane trying to clean up the attackers. Somehow, C17 brings himself back up. I think the attackers thought, or the defenders thought he was finished. Probably punched himself back up. So nice job by 17. Now following up the defender, the rest of the attackers with that two-handed spear. Vex, the line starting to crumble now. Looks like they're going to try to reform here at the top of the bridge. I don't know if the engineers are going to have the ability to get barriers up, but right now the defenders serving as the human wall, trying to slow down the inevitable push of the attackers, as they've managed to secure the first ladder on the right side already. Some of the Vex defenders on top. So as the ladders go up, you can see the defenders prepared for this. Rather than spending a lot of time defending, they immediately... Oh no, they had people up, but it looks like someone was able to sneak in. Who is that? Sun God able to sneak in and take out that left side barrier. Dada able to get through too with that ambusher bonus damage with that dagger, I think. Maybe. But nice job by CK, able to get 1 or 2 people to sneak through and take out those objectives. Now HKG Vex consolidating here on this final banner, though. I think they're doing a good job picking up the main force, but struggling a little bit to pick up these sneaky objective playing attackers who have been able to sort of sneak through here. Now nice barriers by the defense, blocking
CK is doing really well with the fire pots.
That's how good those barriers are. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think the fire pots by CK
Vex seems to really clog up together a lot.
They've been timely, and they've done quite a bit of damage when they needed to, especially on defense. So we're going to see, are they going to use fire pots maybe to thin out this mass of Agathian defenders, or are they going to sneak someone through? Nice try by Cameron, trying to sneak through. Gets kicked off the ledge, though, falls to his death. So right now, we're going to have to see what angle will CK be able to sneak someone through here. Engineer tries to do it. Who is that? That was Dada. Tries to sneak through with the pickaxe. Makes it pretty close, but doesn't do any damage. Slow the camera up here. You can see several of the defenders head on our swivel, immediately responding to wherever they see a threat is. You can see CK now pushing up this main center area. Trying to get some of the defenders maybe to overcommit. Maybe they're going to be able to sneak someone else in from a different angle. You can see Balrog able to make it through, does damage some of the barriers, but cannot find a hole to damage the actual objective. Great job by these engineers denying access to the objective. And we'll rotate on this backside to see. You can see there's an NJ trying to come up that middle ladder. There's usually a good path here. 3:15 though is a lot of time for the defense to maintain control of this area. Look at all of the barriers. It's a good strategy unless the attackers are able to jump on top of them. But that's actually a pretty tough jump. What's going on here? Nestero deciding to destroy the barrier. Put something up. So these engineers definitely up to something, trying to create a multi-layered barrier. We're going to see if the engineers, though, as they try to build their masterpiece, are able to pay attention. Nice pickup. Balrog trying to sneak in again. There we go. Lars are able to stay on top of the barriers. This is a challenge for these barriers. You have to be careful. Here comes Coco with that battle axe. Coco, and I don't know who that was. That is the danger of too many barriers. It becomes a platform for the attackers to use to stand on and do damage to the objective. So nice job by Lars or Coco, and there may have been one other CK member who actually damaged that final barrier. So we are on to the trebuchets. Excuse me. We are on to the trebuchets here, and we're going to see what kind of defense does Vex HKG focus on. You can see now, instead of focusing on the left, they are focusing on the right side. Looks as though a couple of CK members have planted that far side trebuchet. So the name of the game here for the defense is to take as much time off the clock as possible. The closer you get to that 2-minute mark on these first two trebuchets, the higher chance of success you have as the defender. So with about, oh, there we go, the first additional 30 seconds added to the clock as the first trebuchet goes down. 5:19. Can Vex HKG sustain enough defense here? As you can see, CK surrounding the objective like some sort of amoeba. They're having attackers push all sides. That creates a rotation by the defense that leaves the front side wide open for the attackers. So nice pincer move by the attackers to attack both the front and back side. And now you can see CK in control of the objective, and I do not think as they push past to control the staircases here, I don't think Vex HKG is going to be able to get someone into the diffuse zone. And nice job. That was probably the best case scenario for CK to be able to very, very quickly take that trebuchet. So Vex HKG is going to have to really lock in here and try to take some time off the clock here. Now it looks as though they've decided to rotate their focus to the other side as Insane Jester plants the trebuchet on the left side. I'm going to rotate over to the other side to see what the action is here, as, yep, the majority of the force, you see some of them, oops. Couldn't even see the Vex RJ. So here they are spread out. They understand the attack is going to come from both stairwells. Trying to have enough attackers to cover all this area. You can see CK now, attackers that came from the other side, pushing through, trying to disrupt the reinforcement line by Vex HKG. They're doing a good job here. Vlays, a few others, to cut off access from that reinforcement wave. So They're really going to have to push through here as a couple of the Vex HKG defenders are bloodied and bruised, but not fallen. Continue to hold this area in front of the objective. Here come the reinforcement waves trying to heal up. Nice position for that banner to kind of heal the front line here. Creates a little bit of a healing bubble behind them. Plenty of engineers now. I don't know what they're looking at. None of them able to rotate. Oh boy, I guess, all right, maybe too much emoting. Tried to revive his friend. Takes a second fire pot, not a cookie man. He's going to have to heal. Rotates back here on the backside. That's actually maybe going to help a little bit because that is where the push is by CK. Uh-oh, you can see once again, though, that backside push has created space for the front side with 319. There's the plant. Vex the Titan trying to defend the zone. Here comes Wet Twinkie. Mystero. Someone needs to try to get the defuse. Oh, I thought that was a great idea by the engineer putting the barrier, but it disappeared. I don't know what happened there. So I thought he was going to get the cheeky defuse. Here comes another engineer. Some Pickles trying to get in position to defuse. Here comes another one. Argon the second. Trying to get the defuse. Does not see the Mason attacker behind him. Nice win. CK 4-0. You can see the player count getting a little bit closer there, but nice job by both teams. Putting on a show. CK really showing that an experienced team of high-level players.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No matter the numbers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm going to upload the VOD for both of these teams to watch. I appreciate you tuning in. Happy holidays. If I don't talk to you, they deserve that victory song. We are going to raid out right after walking. So thank you. I don't know. I may be able to do one more of these before the end of the year. Maybe another one.
Fire be a mighty roar of defiance.
OMG, I'm so sorry, this soundbite was way louder than I thought.
It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna see y'all next time for Friday Night Fights. I appreciate it.
LOL, it happens.
I lost my random.
I just totally ruined that ending.
It's okay.
Still funny every time.
It's funny every time. It's okay. We're not professional here. Not professional. All right, we're gonna raid Warpath, who is the leader of Vex. I think. Are we raiding him? We're gonna raid him. We're raiding him. All right, y'all.
Cool.
Have a good one. Show him some love. Give him a follow.
Stop their battering ram from reaching our gate!